Have I told you the price already?
Yeah, just wanted to go over it.
How much did I call for?
And you said 9,000?
Yes. If you are ready to do it,
So 9,000?
Yes.
Okay, and what kind of work?
Domiciliary care.
Domiciliary care?
Yes.
Okay. And
this is an option.
Okay.
We have more than an option.
Okay. Like how many hours will I get?
How many hours? As many as you like.
Okay.
Yes.
What do I need to provide to start the process?
You give me money today, you send me the CV.
Okay.
They will tell you for you to go through normal procedures.
Okay. Do I have to pay everything up front? All the money. What's the success rate? Just check it. 100%.
Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
I can assure you of that.
Okay.
That insurance can pass through like that.
Okay. Like how many people have I've gone through this process? Just checking.
I can't tell you that.
Where do I have to send? Where do I send it?
When you're ready, just let me know. I'll give you the account.
Okay.
My own account.
Okay.
Send the money to them. I'll send you a CV. They have jobs in two places, Newcastle or Middlesbrough.
Okay.
You can choose either.
Okay. So I don't have to worry about the hours you said because.
Yeah, more to do.
Okay.
You will work until you see their time.
Okay. And in terms of pay?
We pay you.
Okay. And how many years would the hospital?
For the start. But after 3 years, we will charge you for the remaining 2 years. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, we will charge you if you are going to.
And I obviously don't have anything to worry about with the home office?
No. It's a complete company. You will shop it.
Okay. If I paid now, or how long would the process take?
3 days.
3 days. I'll get my serious in 3 days.
So you have to do, they will do it every for you.
Okay.
They will do your compliance.
Okay.
So I'll send you the account.
Okay.
I'll transfer it and send you the receipt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the details of the person.
Okay. All right.
The Lord bless you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Watchdog warned there had been widespread abuse of the system since 2022. Vulnerable care residents are being looked after by unqualified migrants as road operators exploit home office loopholes, the Mail investigation shows. Scant checks in the desperate bid to fill huge vacancies mean untrained and overworked staff, sometimes barely able to speak English, are left caring for the elderly in the under-strained sector. Our probe into the cash for care jobs scandal found some outfits charge overseas applicants work finder fees of up to $20,000 to help them get a visa, allowing them to come and stay here. One advisor, a Baptist minister, told an undercover reporter that for $9,000 he could help her arrange a job in just 3 days, with 100% success guaranteed. The watchdog warned there had been widespread abuse of the system since early 2022 after ministers relaxed immigration rules to flood mass job vacancies. One advisor, a Baptist minister, told an undercover reporter that for $9,000 he could help her arrange a job in just 3 days with 100% success guaranteed. Vacancies in adult social care hit a record 164,000 in 2021 over 22, prompting the government to lower the barrier for such staff to be allowed to work in the UK. The change meant the total number of foreign workers given permission to come to Britain rocketed to a record high last year, figures revealed last week, driven by a 349% rise in care worker visas to more than 89,000. The largest numbers come from India, Nigeria and Zimbabwe, alongside the unprecedented surge of overseas workers into the sector. The relaxation of rules also saw an explosion in shady characters making the fortune, treating migrant care staff as cash cows by making them pay often huge fees, the Gangmasters and Labour Abuse Authority said. 09 Former Tory Health Minister Neil O'Brien pictured said, This Daily Mail investigation highlights the absurdity of this sponsorship scheme and whole immigration system in a vicious circle. The exploitative employers are also better placed to bid for lucrative social care contracts from local authorities because their low-wage bills mean they can undercut rivals who treat workers properly, Mr. Klimmer added. Some care homes are being run at a very low cost with a very high income. It's all about making money, and some people are making substantial amounts of money, he said. Former Tory Health Minister Neil O'Brien said, "This Daily Mail investigation highlights the absurdity of this sponsorship scheme and whole immigration system. This scheme is not fit for purpose. This raises massive questions for the Home Office and I am sure they will want to take rapid and decisive action on this." The Home Office spokesman said, "We strongly condemn offering health and care worker visa holders employment under false pretenses and do not tolerate illegal activity in the labor market. We've already taken action to revoke the license of sponsors engaged in such activity. We are committed to stamping out exploitation of those working in the care sector and have announced providers in England will only be able to sponsor migrant workers if they are undertaking activities regulated by the Care Quality Commission." Investigations at dailymail.co.uk. Baptist minister, "Hand me 9,000 and I'll help you to get care home job" by Tom Kelly and Ison upon his mission, he proclaims, is to establish God's kingdom on earth. In his impassioned sermons at the packed Pentecost Baptist Church in Liverpool, Dr. Rev. Philip O'Ewell routinely calls for his flock to praise and honor their salvation Jesus. But when our undercover reporter arrived to see Mr. O'Ewell at his church pictured it was used for a less spiritual purpose. It was said to have sponsored 376 migrants from July 2022 to February 2023 in an operation suspected of making over $1 million. Despite this, whistleblowers told the Mail, Mr. O'Ewell was still offering to help migrants get sponsorship. And when the undercover reporter posing as the overseas student looking for full-time work approached the minister, he told her he could help her get a certificate of sponsorship, required for a work visa, in just 3 days. He said that after the payment he would introduce her to someone who would help her and promised a 100% success rate and said there would be no problems with the Home Office. "There's nothing to worry about. I can assure you of that." Pointing at himself, he added, "That's the assurance I personally can give you." The work would be domiciliary care, supporting a disabled or elderly person in their own home, in Newcastle or Middlesbrough, he said. The only question he asked about suitability for the job was if our applicant had a car. He declined to say what the wage would be, simply saying, "You will be paid. We have more than enough hours. You will work until you say you are tired." He refused to say how many people he had previously helped. He said once the 9,000 had been paid, he would introduce her to the person with the job. Reverend Dr. Philip Buckler O'Ewally, 47, is a registered minister with the Baptist Union, which represents Baptist churches in England and Wales. He has several social media sites with thousands of followers where he posts videos promoting church events. Reverend Dr. Philip Buckler O'Ewally, 47, is a registered minister with the Baptist Union, which represents Baptist churches in England and Wales. Mr. the Shottery's boss, Reverend Dr. Philip Buckler O'Ewally, 47 years old, is a registered minister with the Baptist Union, which represents Baptist churches in England and Wales. Shottery's recruits said it would investigate the Mail's allegations, but said because the Shottery's boss, Reverend Dr. Philip Buckler O'Ewally of Pentecost Baptist Church International, had resigned as a director of the company 3 months after its home office license was revoked, he was no longer able to make decisions for the firm. The company declined to answer subsequent questions about why Mr. O'Ewally's mobile number remained on the contacts section of the company website and why the email Shottery's recruits sent to the Mail listed Philip O'Ewally as the company's registered manager at the bottom. O'Ewally is actually the owner of the company, but because of his scandal, he can't boldly admit that. According to a reliable source, the Shottery's boss, Reverend Dr. Philip Buckler O'Ewally of Pentecost Baptist Church International, engages in all kinds of atrocities, like infidelity, engaging sexually with other women, that has caused rifts in his marriage. In insurance scams, he has claimed insurance on alleged theft. In his church billed more than 1-2 times, claiming the thieves went away with the church equipment, like cameras and musical instruments. But our source suspects, the equipments are what he used to start his media studio in his native country Nigeria. Oyewale also boasted of buying his wife a mansion worth $150 million recently in Nigeria. The Shari's boss, Reverend Dr. Philip Bukola Oyewale of Pentecost Baptist Church International, told the Mail he only gave advice to those who needed help getting sponsorship and never benefited financially. The undercover reporter did not pay the $9,000 for which he asked. He added, "Any advice I gave, even prior to my resignation from Shari's Recruits Limited, was solely intended to help them advance and be able to earn a respectable livelihood while lawfully remaining in the UK. One of the heartless things in it is that most people either borrowed the £9,000 with huge interest or sold their properties and inheritance. The man that's supposed to be dealing with them with all honesty and godly truth, he is the enslaving them, both Muslim and Christian. This is nothing selfishness, greediness, wickedness, and heartless. People call hush puppy pastor, his ways are always dubious.